this is like a bakery with like spiked drinks. So I have a whole section here, but that's not all. I know, it's embarrassing. This whole category here are like really elegant, well-rounded, well-balanced perfumes. I've lost interest in dating. I live to work, I pay bills, and that's not fun. There's something about putting on a new fragrance and smelling myself that makes me happy. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Arlene. My channel is all about me and my crazy quirks and the things that I'm into. Sometimes it's camping, sometimes it's other things. Lately, it's been perfumes. And I just wanted to share with you what I've accumulated. I have not gotten myself into debt, but I did spend some savings. But you know what? You only live once. And I've been a very good girl about all this. Saving and spending properly and appropriately and, you know, investing. I think I've been doing a pretty good job, but I decided to indulge a little bit because I wanted to make myself happy, and I couldn't go camping on my last trip that I had planned because I had to cancel it because I had a medical issue, and none of that is important anymore. I just wanted to show you what I have. You tell me what video you want me to make next. So I have a whole section here, but that's not all. I also have a section here, a section here. These three I've had for many years. And I also have these here. They go as low as there. That's it. Everything below is books, but I have 6 on each of these rows. Life is short. I'm a single woman. The dating world is absolutely ridiculous and absurd. I've lost interest in dating. I'm having a hard time finding things that I'm interested in. I live to work. I pay bills. I love going out into nature, but I can't always do that. I can't always take a long weekend and go do what I want to do. And sometimes, as much as I love it, it is exhausting because I do it by myself. But here's the thing. Some people love to indulge in a lot of clothing, shoes, accessories. And for me, that's kind of wasted on me because I don't go out that much. I work so much, and I work in healthcare. So I have to wear the same clothes over and over. I wear scrubs, essentially. I wear a uniform every single day. And that's not fun. What is fun is that I can enjoy a different fragrance every day. I've reached a point where I no longer care if it offends my coworkers. I used to be very concerned about perfume and fragrances because of my patients. But I noticed that I've been wearing a new fragrance, a different fragrance, almost every day for the last couple of weeks. And I have not heard anyone complain. I have not had anyone have a bad reaction. On the contrary, I have been complimented more than once. Obviously, if it's a nice fragrance, if it's a nice perfume that I like. And how else am I gonna know if I like them or not if I don't try them? And some people say, well, you can buy decants and samples. Okay, yeah, but you're getting like 1 little ml and you're probably gonna pay like $5-10 for it, when these bottles are actually not very expensive. These bottles are like between $20 and $50. The most expensive bottle I've probably bought is maybe like $58. And the cheapest bottle I've purchased is maybe like $20. So let's say it's an average of $35 a bottle. Designer perfumes cost in the hundreds. That's ridiculous. And a lot of these are dupes for designer perfumes. They're very, very, very similar. These here are my favorite of everything that I've accumulated. My most favorite so far. So let me know in the comments, what do you want my next video to be about? Do you want me to make a video rating and talking about my favorites and why they're my favorites and what they smell like and why I love them so much? These are gourmands. So these are all vanilla and variations of vanilla. These are like coffee and liqueur and cocoa and boozy. And these are like almondy, nutty. There's some vanilla in them too, milky, just creamy. So this is like a bakery with like spiked drinks. It's all yummy, edible, flavored, edible scents that make you want to eat them, but you can't. And then these are a variety of different things. They're like a little bit of everything. These are cherries. These are fruity florals that have like a creamy, milky, lactonic, vanillic side as well. So they're not just like fruits and flowers. They're like fruits and flowers that are like soaked in cream. These are fruity florals. So they're mostly fruits and flowers, but not as creamy as that section. These are florals. So they all have a mixture of things. Some of them have more fruits than flowers. Some of them have more flowers than fruits. They're all gonna have a base like a sandalwood or a cedar or a musk or an amber, something to that degree, because that's just how perfume is composed. But I'm going by what I get the most. So this is mostly flowers. Of course, there's some fruit. Some of them even have some vanilla, but they're not super vanillic like those. And they're not a perfect balance of fruity floral, like fruits and flowers. They're more floral. And then that section down there is the most fruity. Of course, like I said before, they have some composition of florals and whatnot, but they're so fruity that that's the best way that I can just categorize them. Some people categorize their perfumes by color. That doesn't make sense to me. A lot of people like that. It seems organized. It seems neat and pretty. And they do that with their clothes. I don't. As you can see, I have some clothes here. Because I like to categorize my things by category. You know, like, do I have winter clothes? Is this summer clothes? Is this casual clothes? Is this going out clothes? You get me? So why would I do it by color? Okay, here's everything white I own. Let me look for something casual or look for something. No, I'd rather go and look for something that is in the category that I want. And then the color doesn't really matter. All the colors are beautiful, so I'll pick whichever. So if I have a whole section of the same color, I don't know what I'm gonna be getting into. I may not always remember what every single perfume smells like. So it's like, well, what was this again? And what was that again? And then I'm just gonna spray it just to smell it, and I'm wasting it. So don't get me wrong, I've been wasting some of it just playing around at home. This is just home clothes, and it is covered in perfumes. But so I have it by scent category, at least how I feel that it fits in best. I forgot to tell you about these. These are intense, very intense perfumes. They're not for the faint of heart. They're not good to wear at work, even though one of these days I may dare wear one. But for now, they're sitting and aging because it's another topic we need to talk about. But I'm sure you can see a bunch of other people on YouTube that are actually fragrance influencers. I am not. I'm just a fragrance enthusiast. I think I'm an enthusiast about a lot of things, but I digress. Unlike designer perfumes that probably after are mixed, macerated, created, they are aged, they sit in the bottles or something for an extended period of time so that they can actually, kind of like how you make wine or spirits of some sort, they need to, the longer they sit and age, the more the flavors kind of come together and create the final product. These are produced so quickly and in mass quantities, and they're put out to the market that they don't have a chance to really do that. So when you first get them and you first spray them, they smell sometimes like pure alcohol. Some people say it smells like gasoline or rubber tires. I've never smelled gasoline or rubber tires on any of these perfumes, but I don't know what people are talking about. That's what they say. But I have smelled perfumes that are a little bit too alcohol-y at first. And the main problem I've discovered with a lot of these is that they are too soft, too light. I will spray them and I'm like, I hardly smell anything at all. So what am I gonna do with this? This is like dirty water. Like, it's slightly scented water. It smells like nothing. But then after, what they say to do is spray it a good 5, 10, 15 times, shake the bottle a little. Now that the oxygen is inside, oxygen particles are gonna attach to the molecules of the scents, and they're going to mix better with one another and create the final outcome. Sometimes I will spray a perfume and look at the notes and I'm like, all I'm getting is one specific note. I'm not getting all these other things. Like, it's predominantly heavy on this or that, and I don't care for it. I've been pleasantly surprised with some of the ones that I have sprayed. Actually, every single one that I get, I spray it out, I test it, I put it on myself, I see how I like it, And then I just let it sit for at least a week before I smell it again. And if it's still kind of the same, maybe give it another week. So usually it takes about 2 weeks. Some of them, it's been 2-3 weeks and they still smell the same as when I got them. They might take longer. I've heard some people say that some of them take a month or a few months. I've even heard people say that some of their perfumes took about a year. I hope that's not the case. But considering that you're paying a fraction of the cost for these dupes, these duplicate, inspired by clones, what have you, to expensive niche house designer perfumes, it's not a hefty price to pay if you're buying for $35 and you just have to let it sit for 30 days, as opposed to buying one that's $235 and it's ready to wear straight from the box. I'd rather save myself the $200. So with that said, I still don't know how they're going to be and are not ready to be worn. So I wore this one the other day and all the reviews, this one right here, say that it is supposed to be like really, really strong. And I'm like, it's faint. It's almost nothing. I think it needs to sit. These are pretty strong, but I do get like a little bit of for some of them, I get like a Play-Doh smell. Again, these are probably things that are gonna work themselves out as they sit. And then these are all like ambers, Baccarat Rouge 540, dupes. One of them is an oud, which smells really good, but it smells a little bit like tobacco. It smells pretty strong, but like a sweet tobacco. It's really weird, but I think some of them need to sit, so I don't even bother with them. These are my only designer ones that I have. And again, most of these are pretty ready. These are a little bit simpler. Cherries are usually really nice for the fall, but I love cherries. Some of these are so light still, even though I've had them for like a while, that I just use them to sleep. Like I'll spray it on my pajama after I get out of the shower because it's so comforting. Some of these I've already worn. Some of these I've already worn. This whole category here are like really elegant, well-rounded, well-balanced perfumes. They are hard to categorize in any of those. They're not cherries, they're not fruities, they're not florals, they're not creamy fruity florals, they're not super intense that they can't be worn every day, they're not an amber, they're not a Baccarat Rouge dupe, they're not a gourmand, which I have over there. They are just a very nice, classy, elegant, well-rounded perfume that have a little bit of gourmand, some of them have nothing of a gourmand, some of them have a little bit of more of a floral, some of them are a little bit more fruity, but most of them have a balance of everything that I cannot categorize it. I can't say it's a fruity floral because it has a little bit of lactonic, creamy, vanillic. I can't say it's a fruity because it has enough floral balancing that fruity. I can't say it's a floral, and so on and so forth. You get my point. And yet they all have this gorgeous, elegant, very high-end, sophisticated, almost expensive look to the bottles. Whereas, I guess you can say this little gold one right here looks kind of nice, but a lot of these look like simple little, simple little bottles. They're nothing crazy. I'm sorry, I know that it's dark. Nothing crazy, nothing out of this world. And then these they look how they smell. They're just dark. They're dark, they're heavy, they're intense. They're most likely gonna be better for winter and fall. And they need more time to sit and marinate. And then these are notice they're reddish, Baccarat Rouge. And then we have our yummy edibles. These were pretty much, some of them I couldn't smell at all when I first got them. Gourmands are better in the fall and winter and the colder months, but you can pretty much wear it any time, I think, because it's just yummy and delicious. And again, these are a mixture of a bunch of things. So that's like the mystery group, because that's just my top favorites. Again, it doesn't mean I don't love these. I have top favorites of these, but I don't want to take a gourmand and put it over here because it's a gourmand. This is it. This is all I have of gourmands, and they belong there, right? I had a cherry in this group, but I took it out because I had a new one that I got that I had to put in this group because it smells so good. And again, it's hard to categorize. I can easily categorize these maybe with some of those and some of those and some of those. I don't think I have any gourmand in this favorites group. But again, they're so unique that they almost don't really fit in. Not all of them. Some of them maybe would fit in with those groups. But they're almost similar to one another in a weird way. Maybe I just have like a preferred combination of notes and I'm not realizing that they're very similar. That's what I've done. I've been trying to look up the notes of all of them and putting them all somewhere like on a notepad or something to see what they have in common. A lot of them have vanilla. A lot of them have bergamot. A lot of them have some sort of a wood base note, like cedar wood or agar wood or oud. So I like citrus, I like vanillic, and I like woody. So, and some of them, a lot of them have rose, believe it or not. I always thought rose was a very dated kind of old lady perfume, but there are some of them here that are just so, I hope I'm not just becoming an old lady, but no, there are some that smell very young, that smell perfect for someone that's like under 30, and it's very classy and elegant and refined, but a young rose. And there are some that are a little bit more mature, and then there are some that are really interesting. There's one here that has hibiscus. So let me know in the comments below what you want my next fragrance video to be about. I don't have a camping trip that I can post about that has been recent, although I do have some old camping footage from the trip that I took in the RV. That's just, it takes so long to edit, guys. I'm gonna try to edit it and put it out there for you guys. But let me know if you want me to make a video talking about my top 10 favorites, how I feel about them, what they smell like, what they cost, what's the value, and that's that group right there, or about gourmands, or about what I think are really nice, elegant, high-end fragrances at a freaking steal, because they're not expensive. I can't really comment on the intense ones or even on these. These are the ones that are going to take the longest to be ready before I can make a comment. And I haven't worn all of these yet to work, but I've worn some. I have the cherries, the creamy vanilla, fruity florals, florals, and fruits. Which group would you prefer that I start with? I also have an idea for another video, which is to talk about how you'd be surprised how many of these I have encountered that until I got them, I didn't realize. Some of them smell identical to another one. Like, I'm like, okay, this smells almost exactly like this one. And they could be from the same house or from a different house, and they have different notes. And I'm like, how do they smell almost identical? I have had some failures, and they are currently inside that closet over there. I have like this is like a mirrored closet, and it's kind of where I store a bunch of stuff. I have some clothes, I have the boxes, I have shoes, and I have stuff on the ground, and I have a shame corner back here of flops, failures, perfumes that stink, that I don't like. As a matter of fact, there's only 2 that I can say with certainty I absolutely hate, that I don't even know if I can gift them because I would be embarrassed. I can't give them away with a straight face. They smell horrible. So those 2 might go to Goodwill, but I'm giving them a chance. I sprayed them, I put them in the box, I put them in the closet. I'm gonna revisit them, see if they change. The rest are just kind of a little dull or boring, or just too old lady, or just too just unimpressive, like really unimpressive. So if it's a little aged, a little old lady-ish, but it doesn't smell bad, it would be a nice gift for like my grandmother. Some of them are a little strong for my scent, like my taste. Even though I do like some strong perfumes I love, and some of them, they make me sneeze, they trigger my, headaches, but they smell really good and I just can't wear them. It would be a nice gift for my mom, maybe, she might like them. Some of them are just a little too masculine. Smell like a man's cologne. And I have some that I love that are in my, collection, my group segmented collection, that are unisex. And some of them might even be reviewed by others as leaning a little masculine, but I smell them and I think they smell perfectly fine for a man or a woman. Some of them are unisex, and they have a lot of reviews saying that they are quite more on the feminine side of being unisex, and I agree. So there's only a few in there that smell kind of masculine, which would be nice gifts for my dad, my stepdad. And they have birthdays coming up. Father's Day has yet to happen this year. And Christmas time, and they have time to age in my closet, so they will smell nicer by the time it's time to gift them. Anyway, that's all for now. This is just my bathroom. Oh, I forgot to mention, I do have one perfume that is very hard for me to place, and that's why it's here. And it's supposed to be a vanilla. So this smells nothing like vanilla to me. What it smells like to me is baby powder. It smells like this stuff right here. So if you take a shower and you come out of the shower and you're nice and fresh and clean and you want to go to sleep and you want to get all cuddly, this is a great bedtime perfume. Because when you're a kid and you're little and you take a shower and your mom puts baby powder all over you, it smells very cozy and comforting. It's nostalgic. It reminds you of a simpler time and ready to like settle down. That's why I keep it in my bathroom, because this is, I have had it sitting here for at least 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I still get baby powder. I don't get anything else. So, and it also matches the decor in my bathroom. I don't know if you can tell. This is a Bath and Body Works soap dispenser, a glass one, and I just buy the refill cartons and I refill it. And then my faucet is black, and then I have a candle that has some gold and like peachy beige colors, and I have this little wood thing for my soap. And then my actual furniture has like gold handles, and then up there I have a light that died, but it's silver and gold and then black. Anyway, it matches. It goes really nicely. The color scheme, it's got that gold and black. See, even the little emblem is gold. And I just found that to be really coincidental, serendipitous, if you will, that it just looks really nice with my bathroom. So I keep it there. Anywho, that's all for this video. And let me know in the comments what you would like me to discuss in my next video. Do you want me to upload my next camping video talking about my past, or not talking about, the actual video with the footage of me doing my RV trip, which I do have to finish. I do. I've just been kind of lazy about editing and finishing, but I will commit to it and edit it and put it out if you guys want to see that. I'm gonna put it out anyway, but again, it's been kind of delayed because this is my current excitement and that's my old excitement. Even though I still like it and I will do it, I'm a jack of all trades kind of person. I used to love to knit, and look what I still have here. I made this, and I have knitting needles. I actually knitted this blanket. It's folded up. I knitted this blanket. It's underneath my comforter. And I started learning how to knit. I self-taught using YouTube videos in 2017. And I just made a blanket for someone last year, and I made something else for someone this year. So I learn new things. I get excited about them. I get really into them. I hyper focus on them, and then I get over it a little bit. And then I put it away for a little while and I get really into something else. And then I do the same thing over and over. So, but I don't neglect it forever. Once I've learned it, once I've picked it up, once I've learned to love it. Because I learned how to knit 8 years ago, and I still do it today. I just don't do it all the time. I got really into camping last year. And just because I'm not going to be doing it now maybe as many times this year as I did last year doesn't mean I'm never going to do it again. Of course I will. I like it. I was just hyperfixated on it last year, just like I was hyperfixated on my knitting 7-8 years ago. And now I'm hyperfixated on enjoying a new fragrance every day because it's fun. Because it's fun, because it's nice, because I can't wear a different outfit every day. I can't go on a different date every day. I can't take a different trip, every 3 or 4, 6 months for that matter. Everything is very much the same. Everything is very boring. You wake up, you go to work, you do the same thing every single day. You have the same conversations with the same kind of people day in and day out, and there's nothing exciting left. So this for me is exciting. I get to pick one, any one I want, and put it on that day and analyze the scent and what do I smell? What do I pick up? Am I smelling rose? Am I smelling powder? Am I smelling vanilla? Is it peppery? Is it woody? I enjoy that. Similar to how some people enjoy wine. and they like to sample and they like to smell the notes and they want to know what they're picking up on it, or how some people enjoy going out to the bar and getting a different cocktail every day, or going to different restaurants and sampling different food every day. That's expensive. And I get that buying perfumes are expensive too, but once you have a bottle, it can last you a while, especially when you have a lot of bottles. They're all gonna last for a while because I only use a little every day, right? So I have all these different categories, and you let me know, what would you like for me to discuss in the next video? I'm gonna actually say goodbye this time, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you think I'm weird and you don't like it, please don't leave a mean comment. Just kind of like scroll on by. If you made it this far, you're a trooper, you're a champ. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know in the comments what you would like my next video to be about, and I will do that for you. Bye.